And the Hale and Hush hero product is Hush Hydrate Mask. Again, we have this in different forms, right? Chris, can you hand me that gel? It comes in different sizes, the retail form and this larger retail bottle. It says gel. Again, the big tub says mask because estheticians use this more in the treatment rooms as a mask. So don't get confused. It's all the same product. It's this beautiful blue color, which is, it's one of my faves. If I have 6 facials a day, I probably use this mask in 5 of them. I do use this all the time, quite frequently. Where I live in California, again, it's dry and it's hot, and everyone needs hydration. They need calming and soothing, so this does the trick every time. I'm gonna show you how to use it today with our Relief Bio Powder. I take about 1/4. Okay, that's probably more than 1/4. But I'm an overuser, and I keep Chris Campbell in business at Hale and Hush. So there's that. And also I'm gonna show you how to use some holistic tools with this. So I used a little bit more. I was gonna say that I usually do, but it's a lie. I always use this much, okay? And then the Relief Bio Powder, the great Chris Campbell here, says only use 3 or 4 shakes. 1, 2, 3. That's what Shauna Rocha uses. Don't mind the dust, Mason. Okay. So then you always want to apply the mask with a fan brush. It feels the best on your client's face, okay? So we're gonna take our cool Hush, Hale and Hush fan brush and mix up our Relief Bio Powder and our Hush Hydrate Mask.
You're not as heavy as some. I have some people that actually mix that to almost green.
That's true.
I mean, that's keeping me in business. So that's
kind
actually
of a greenish.
Kind of, but not dark green.
But we've heard of estheticians turn it, what'd they say?
Teal.
Teal, right? So my clients at this stage, when you rub this on in the treatment room, they instantly go, okay, Mason, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh yeah, that a girl. Isn't that feel just lovely? Let's talk about brushwork a little bit. This is one mask that feels wonderful with the fan brush. So I suggest not painting it on. I suggest doing a little brushwork, get a little fancy. That's where the tips are, right? Get a little fancy. How does that feel, Mason?
So good.
So good.
And also for your clients, sensitive clients that maybe you can't do some of those more aggressive treatments on, anything that gives them that little extra that they feel like they're getting their money worth out of their massage, massage and their facials, that extra is what does make it happen.
I'm gonna go down a little bit on her neck today because I am gonna show you how to use a few holistic tools with this mask. This mask is great for massage. Chris just said that. It's great to use with tools. It's great just to leave the room and let it absorb into the skin also.
And again, that color, is a natural color. It's not a dye or anything on the skin that you have to worry about. There's resveratrol in there. There's neem. There's turmeric. There's eggplant. There's just lots of great choices that are going to help and benefits for the skin.
Okay, so again, a lot of modalities you can use with this. Look how lovely that, doesn't that feel good, baby girl?
So good.
So good. So today we have with us our stainless steel facial roller. I think this is the most client used tool. I sell it in my treatment room, and if you show them how to do it properly, they will be hooked on this tool. It instantly takes down inflammation, it cools and calms the skin. So why wouldn't we do that? Let alone it takes some of, it helps the lymph drain out, and it feels really great. So in my treatment room, I do go slow. I'm a love maker, right? That's how we get our tips, guys. And I just love to do this over the skin. It relaxes the client. It's a facial massage. Now, if you're retailing this and you're having do it to themselves at home, you want to they will do it much more quickly, right? So it takes about 2 to 3 minutes on the face every day. I do that with all my sensitive skin clients and even my dry acne clients. Most everyone has a facial roller.
The nice thing with the rollers in stainless is they can clean them easier. That's the problem.
Much easier.
And
it's not
we
porous.
drop it, we're not breaking it either.
Yeah, I've dropped a lot of those. So love the roller. I know there's many ways to do this. Everyone has their own style and their own technique. You guys use what you like to do you, as I always say. Okay, how'd that feel? You can tell the inflammation is already draining from the skin. I love that. So, well, if you're super fancy, then you get a new Hale and Hush Gua Sha tool. Again, stainless steel. What I love about stainless steel is that when you do one side of the face, it still stays cool for the opposite side of the face. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to put them in the refrigerator. You can if you want to. I just usually don't. Remember, you're working with sensitive and sensitized skin. Yes, heat bothers the skin, but also extreme cold.
Ice cold shocks them too.
Yes,
like
it really does. So I love to do a small gua sha treatment in my treatment room also. I love the tool. It's really handy. I have small hands. I can manipulate it very well. Remember, gua sha is another holistic form of a little lymph drainage. It also moves metabolic waste out from underneath acneic clients, and that really helps the skin heal a little bit faster. I don't always suggest gua sha for home treatments because guess what? It's hard enough to even do it on myself, let alone having my clients try it on themselves. So I always go back to the facial roller, and that's what I sell the most of. They retail for only like $30. It's not, it's a purchase that they can have for a lifetime. Like Chris said, I can't even tell you how many gua sha tools I shattered. And she was on the phone the last time I shattered it with a bunch of naughty words coming out of my mouth as it spread across my floor, right? But with stainless steel, that doesn't happen. So I love the steel better.
Yeah.
Of course, always draining
techniques. Works nice with the Hydrate mask. It just is a great option for also clients that don't want to have oil on their skin when they're concerned with massage. Getting oil and having something clog it up, it just has that nice cooling effect to it.
Then if you're super fancy, you get the stainless steel mushrooms, right? Also with the cute Hale and Hush logo on there. This is more of massage techniques that I have just learned over time. You always want to open up the lymph nodes when you do any work like this.
Do you recommend taking a class from somebody?
I do recommend taking a class.
Do no harm, as we say.
Yes, we do have a great friend of ours, Enhanced Touch, that does teach a very short, minimal class on how to do all of these things. It's very inexpensive, and Gainer is wonderful. So if you need training in these techniques, please make sure you go to someone that's great. Please don't rely on YouTube or TikTok. Please don't do it.
Well, because if you don't drain it properly, it can cause congestion and everything else. So,
What was your favorite, Mason? Which tools?
I don't know, I liked them all.
Liked them all. So that's why for your clients, always choose the easiest road, which is the facial roller. Now I have all different stones. I have jade, I have rose quartz, I have sodalite, I think I have opal. Still, I always go back to my stainless steel.
Well, it's good to have the different options. So this time maybe you could do the mushrooms. The next time you do the gua sha, they always feel like they're getting something different, even if they're doing a similar facial.
Right? I usually also go in with my hands just to do some manual drainage. Your face feels so good.
It feels so good.
And this is where she's using the Hush Hydrate. This is our lightest weight moisturizer. So the way it ended up becoming a moisturizer too is when we were testing it as a mask with estheticians, they would put a light layer on. They were trying to use it, they'd forget they had it on, and it just soaks into the skin. Really hydrates in.
So, as you can see, I've done all these techniques, and the Hush Hydrate, the slip on her skin is still there. You still have plenty of slip and slide. And it's completely hydrated. So at this point, I will take it off with the towel, or you can leave it on. Some people do leave the room while they're masking, and I'm telling you what, it's so surprising. You leave the room and you come back in and it's mostly all soaked into their skin. So what you're doing here is you're just getting the residue of the mask off the skin.
You don't have to scrub it off.
You do not. You don't want to because it's already used all of its awesome ingredients to hydrate. Ooh, that's a flamer.
It's very hot.
Hold tight on that. Let's talk about Hush Hydrate in other parts. We've already talked about it works all over the body. Like I said, one of my clients, or someone we just met that we took into the bathroom, I used Hush Hydrate gel on her radiation burns. I used it for sugaring treatments in the underarms, and of course the Brazilian, I use it right after that. Can be left on, doesn't have to be washed off. So there's sometimes when I do teen facials that at the end of the facial when I do the mask, I just use a little face pad, wipe off what's excess, and then they go, and you don't really need another moisturizer. I put sunscreen on top and go. So now we can use the heat to push and penetrate into the skin. So very universal. You can use it with all your clients. Now let's talk a little bit about advanced modalities and more aggressive treatments. This is why we have a lot of collaborating partners out there. We have a lot of brands that work with us. Let's talk about dermaplaning, because that has blown up in some states because all of a sudden it's legal in California. And so everyone wants to be dermaplaning pros, right? And so our friends at Dermaplane Pro actually use our products in their booths. They use our wash, they use our serum at times, but they definitely, oops, sorry honey. They definitely use the Hush Hydrate mask and the Relief Bio Powder. So I believe every esthetician should have those two hero products in their arsenal, in their tool belt. If you're gonna do microderm, hydroderm, like I said, dermaplaning, even microcurrent, nanoneedling, regular needling, anything like
Sugaring,
that,
waxing.
peels, the BHAs, sugaring, waxing, you should always have tools ready to be able to handle when your client's skin gets a little red or irritated or inflamed. So with those two of our products, we've saved many, many estheticians in the treatment room. So when people ask me where to start with Hale and Hush, those are always the two products, the ones we use today. You can see how hydrated she is, how calm, just how beautiful the skin looks. Those are the two winners. So don't forget about the dynamic duo. Every esthetician should have it in their room.